Okay, I'm gonna do a little vlogging here. Rescue Salome mission. Rescue Mission Salome is what I'm calling it. As we are still planning our trip back to Utah. We're moving from Texas after the flooding. Probably show you some video of that here in a minute. But um, so my thoughts. When I get back, the goal here is to move within driving distance of my mom living with her sister Lata, my aunt, in Salt Lake City. And the whole reason for this is not to move her in with us. Um, and I personally don't have any objections to that. But it's for her. My mom has community uh, where she's at, so she's almost always begging to go back to her sisters when she comes for a visit, or when she was living with me. She loved her visits with Lata. And there's a few things she does out there, like the senior center in downtown in Salt Lake City. A lot of the Tongan seniors go there. So anyway, so the goal here is to rescue my mom's mind. And the way that we're doing that is um, gonna establish routine again. I want to get her mind attached to time and clocks, right? Because time, it's funny as I think about my mom and this whole situation with her mind, she's kind of disconnected from time. At least time is the construct that we know it as human beings. 24 hours in a day, 365 days a year, weekdays, Monday to Friday, weekends, Saturday and Sunday. 60 minutes per hour, all the way down to seconds. She's kind of lost touch with all that. And that's where I see the holes in her mind forming, big holes. Because what's another word for time? Or another word that's kind of associated with time is routine. So she's lost track of time because she has no routine that it revolves around a calendar or a clock. The only thing that's really routine in her life now is she's following Lata, going to church, following Lata to activities at the senior center. But those things are not directly associated with any kind of real routine. They are associated with time because the senior center is not open 24/7. Church is only on Sunday, actual church service. There's other church activities, but those are inconsistent. So she has no connection with time. So Rescue Mission Salome is going to focus on, for me, getting her connected with time. And one thing I have in mind is just getting a paper calendar, maybe put family pictures on it, those kind of holiday calendars, and have her cross off the days each day. Today is Monday. Monday the what? The 17th or whatever the day will be. Cross it off, say it out loud. Today is Monday. Kind of get her reconnected with time as she understood it previously. So that's one idea I have upon returning. Another thing I was thinking about, what did I put? I had a Google Doc. As I come up with ideas, I put them down on this doc so I can reference it. Oh, and the whole reason that this rescue mission, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I probably did. But the whole reason for Rescue Salome, it's really about her mind again, came about just because my birthday was recently, just last month in June. And my mom always calls, always early too, before I'm even awake. Or if she's living with me, it's the first thing she says to me when I came downstairs from my bedroom. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lemoni. Happy birthday to you. She'd sing that. No presents, just pure heart, pure love, pure remembrance, right? And my birthday was associated with time. So that's kind of how I came up with this solution of reconnecting her to time, because she doesn't know June. She doesn't know birthdays. There's just nothing to her. There's no reference to calendars. She has no schedule, no job, that she has to clock in and clock out, which is fine. I don't want her to ever go to work. She worked her ass off. She's a single mom for us. Church, everything she did, you know, and there's a lot of things in that have to do with like trauma and stuff with my mom. My abandonment of my dad, you know, leaving our family, leaving her, stuff like that. So there's a lot of trust and hurt feelings in that she worked her ass off to not have to, in my opinion, not have to deal with those things, those feelings, those hard feelings that I think all of us know some feeling of abandonment in some shape or form. So anyways, here just to see if you can see the flooding behind me. That was all land. And now it's a massive pool of water. Look at that. I'm getting closer here. I'll show you, but yeah, so we're packing up. We're getting ready. I'm lining up packers this time. This is a cool thing about my further move to be a move to abundance with my wife and my kids and my family is I've always been DIY everything, fix cars, fix appliances, fix everything. I mean, you name it, fill in the blank. Fix, that was me. Why? Because I didn't have to spend any money. And I had my value system was different back then. You know, I would rather spend what should have been a 2-hour job on my SUV turned into a 3-month job, right? So I now see in hindsight that was not good. There's a big crane back there. I don't know if you can see that. Just flew away. But yeah, so that's part of this mission. I'm moving back. I'm going to be close enough to where in order to establish time with her mind, I may need to be hands-on daily since the idea is not to move her in with me and remove her from her community because she's not driving. Again, that's another thing she did. She stopped driving. When she lived with me, I drove with her to the temple so she understood the route and memorized it, that kind of daily routine, so she knew how to get there. And she did it on her own, and she kept driving. But then, you know, I moved to Wyoming, and I left her with my siblings and with my aunt. And then they deteriorated to some degree again. Here you go, here's all the water. This was all land. Now back there's a playground underwater. There's some equipment you see there. I can't tell if you catch that right there. Some equipment that was for the 4th of July celebration that was supposed to happen out here on the other side of those fences. Again, it was mostly land. That's where they were gonna do it. But that didn't happen. Tragedy struck a lot of families. I think there's close to 200 dead and many still missing. So anyway, rescue mission, that's the vlog for today. If I think of anything else, keep you posted. Oh yeah, another thing we're doing is adding some, like I just finished some calisthenics workouts. Don't fat shame me here at home. So body weight, I wish I knew this when I was younger. Probably way more valuable than actual weightlifting. As far as longevity, quality of life, happiness, mobility, you know, all those things. I think calisthenics should have been my focus when I was younger, but instead I, you know, pushed 415 pounds on the bench press and 550, 600, something like that. I can't remember that number as much, but it was definitely more than my bench. It's like 600, 650 on the squat, I think, in high school. I focused on that stuff, and you know, now I'm like, I get out of my office chair and I'm hunched over, like walking out of my office with the tight muscles in the front and the lengthy muscles in the back. They're all stretched out on my butt side, and in my front from the seated position, you know, I look like some kind of a hobbit or something. So anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna introduce exercise back is my point. And one of the things I'm gonna introduce to my mom, she already amazing. Like my mom's amazing in this area. She walks. She's been walking for as long as I know, and she still does that to this day. And it's amazing. That's what's kept her so healthy this long. And so she's worked, is my point. And so she deserves to be rescued. And so we're going to go back and I'm going to introduce a little bit more than just walking. There's some lymphatic things she can do of simple jumping up and down on a trampoline, believe it or not, on a stationary, single person trampoline. So I'm going to find one of those and introduce that to Lata and Tevita too. They could do that while they're watching TV. Just hold the rail on the single person tramp and just bounce up and down, releasing all that lymphatic guck that gets piled up in there in the lymphatic system. Kind of push it out so that it can come out and urine and poop and all that. So there's some exercise things I'm going to implement, but yep, there's the update for Rescue Salome. There you go. Again, the flood. This is what we're leaving behind. We still love Leander. Leander's a great place. I would not have left had my mom not missed my birthday and called me. I did call her and ask her to sing it, and I recorded it. So I have a recording of it, her beautiful voice singing to me, and I definitely cried when that happened. Very emotional for me, and it just, I realized, like, there's a rescue chopper back there. I don't know if you can see that. Where is that guy? Yeah, there he is. Yeah, you saw him for a second. So heading back there and documenting this for other kids with senior parents who, I know there's a ton of us. I see them on Facebook struggling with cognitive decline with parents. It's not over. Don't quit. As long as you have a breath in your lungs, then do what you can, because that might be your last. You just don't know when your time might be called back sooner than your mom or dad. So anyways, I love you guys. Stay tuned if you want to keep up to date with Rescue Salome. Talk to you later.